a new metal detector that's out, made by Minelab, the SDC2300. Well, where is it? Cool machine. Minelab came out with this machine to hunt for small gold. And you can put it in your backpack, or in this case my turkey pouch. It folds up to little or nothing. It's a pulse machine. Has a mono coil, which means it won't discriminate very well. But I've been thinking this over about digging all the signals, and kind of makes it like fishing. You get a nibble and or a bite, and you dig it up, see what you caught. But that's not all bad. Let me show you how this thing folds open. There you have your coil positioned. Back here you've got your handle, folds up, snaps in place. Got your arm cuff, folds open, arm strap. Thing weighs about 5 pounds, it doesn't weigh anything. Powerful though. On this side, you've got 2 controls, on, off, and your power setting. It's set on the preset of 2, and I'm going to leave it there to try it out. Turn it on, let you listen to it. Sounds like a rocket ship getting ready to take off and find me a relic. And over here it's got a... You push this button to check the batteries. Turn the volume up a little bit. This button here, you can push it and set the machine to eliminate outside interference, electromagnetic fields and all that sort of stuff. Not much going on down here, but I'm going to push it anyway. Takes about 1 minute for it to check the air for unwanted signals, cancel them out. This green button is your ground balance button. So it's pretty much turn it on, get rid of the unwanted signals in the air. When it's ready, you bounce it up and down on the ground a couple times, pushing the green button for ground balance, and that's it. You're ready to hunt for relics with pulse, PI. Alrighty. Adjust the arm strap a little bit. Adjust the head. Ground balance it, and you're good to go. Let me get my gloves on and we'll see what we can find. I already like the portability of this machine. In highly mineralized soil, looking for relics, the pulse induction doesn't know that there's ground mineralization going on. So it picks up everything and picks it up fairly deep. Old piece of iron pot. Another good feature of this machine is it's waterproof. You can take it into 10 feet of water. It's industrial strength, military grade, and you can drop it and bang it around. Shouldn't hurt it too bad, if at all. It's easy swings, light to use. Piece of bob wire. Well, that sounded kind of cool. I don't know what it is, but it's brass. Might be Civil War, it might be house site stuff. There's a house site behind me, and up the hill that way there's a Virginia camp. Over that way there's a mixed Civil War camp, North Carolina and pewter eye buttons and miscellaneous stuff's been found over there. So that's my first piece of brass with the SDC2300. Clean it up when we get home, see what. Oh, one thing I should mention is if you ever get a new metal detector, spend your first couple of hours, regardless of what kind it is, digging everything. Look at the signal it gives you, look at the numbers if it's got numbers, dig up the target, kind of memorize things as you go along, the sound and the numbers. That's basically what I'm doing with this. I'm seeing if it'll make a different sound on different metals. So I'm digging everything. I picked this spot because years past I found a lot of mason jar lids in here. And I wanted to see what one sounded like. I found one. It rang in loud and clear. I mean, it was an awesome type signal. So if you pick up a mason jar lid, you ought to be able to pick up a buckle and know it's going to be something good. And when I was digging this pretty blue piece of crock pottery came up out of the ground. Well, I'd like to have a whole one of those. You never know what you're going to find around old house site and Civil War camp. I'm going to keep digging a little more. This is a Confederate camp. That hillside's loaded with hut sites. Running right down through the middle is this little creek. And I'm going to take the Minelab 2300 and go up in the creek and play in the water a little bit. Try not to get too wet because it's cold. And see what that thing can pick up in the creek bed. There, got me a target. Well, let me see if I can scoop it out of there. Oh yeah, I got a honking signal and dug down in the creek bottom. Found a big piece of iron. It turns out to be part of an iron cooking pot. One of the soldiers in this camp was cooking, and his pot broke. Well, it's Civil War, so I guess it counts. Alright, I'm not going to compare this machine to any other machine because this is a specially designed machine. It was made for finding small gold in land or in the water. It was made to be rugged and lightweight. So I think it meets all those design criteria. And from what the gold hunters tell me, it's superb on finding gold. And I just thought I'd try it in a relic application, and although you'll probably wind up digging most everything, it will find relics. SDC2300 in the creek, and I found a couple of nails. I I found a couple pieces of camp lead, melted lead from the Civil War camp, and a big iron, part of a big iron pot. So you can find stuff with it. I couldn't tell, you know, whether it was good or bad. All I could tell was it was a good signal. And the machine moved well in the water. It was lightweight. The small head I also found was real nice for working in and out of these little pine trees around here. And I found a couple more square nails doing that in a bottle cap. Here's my first impressions using the machine for about 3 hours in the water and some around an old house site. I love the portability. Man, you can throw this thing in your backpack and go anywhere, and since it's a pulse machine and it's pretty powerful, you can find everything, which means you can find anything. I also like the fact that, you know, a young kid can swing it without any problem. Fully adjustable. All in all, I'm going to have to say I like this machine so far.